It's only my opinion.
No, we back.
Coffee milk.
Welcome. People, welcome to the show. This is Coffee Milk. My name is Clayon. My friends, feels good to be alive today. Something feels different. Is it me? Is it just me? Is it just me right now? Hold on, one second. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Just feels like the air seems just cleaner right now, you know? Like, all of a sudden I feel a little bit stress-free right now, you know? I feel good. Oh, man, it's like, you ever been sick for a little while? You know, you had the cold, it's all on your chest, it felt hard to breathe, you know? You weren't able to just inhale and exhale. You weren't able to move around like you normally do. You weren't able to go outside like you want to and feel comfortable without your body aching. Now imagine waking up the next day and all of a sudden the congestion, it's gone. The aching knees, it's gone. All of a sudden your neck, you're able to move. You don't have the cough anymore. You don't have the sneeze anymore. You feel refreshed. That is how I feel on this day, my friends. I feel so good. What a beautiful day to be an American. Whew. And let me tell you, I'm not a dramatic person. Yes, I am. I'm slightly dramatic. But it just like, did you experience what I experienced? I really honestly want to ask that. Do you feel as light as I do right now? I'm about to dance for you guys. Oh, the beat is going down, so I gotta do a little. Oh my god, I feel so good right now. Oh shit! Oh god! Get it, beat! Oh my god, you're coming back! Okay, sorry. Alright. Let's just end it right there. Whew. I'm gonna get too sweaty and I'm gonna get super excited and I might go too far. No, fuck that shit. Fuck. Okay. Sorry. I shouldn't. They say right now you shouldn't be gloating, right? No gloating. Gloating is bad right now. Nope. Gentlemen. But I do feel good. I do feel really good. Clearly not everything is solved, but it's just like I said, man. It's just like getting a monkey off your back. It's like getting a heavy jacket off of you. You can just breathe. You can feel the cool breeze right now. Doesn't mean everything is fixed, but it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Yeah, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. Woo! We're being led by someone else. Your boy left. Your boy's no longer in charge. As he ran out the door, he pardoned about, 143 people. I'm sure those people that were pardoned are super excited. The two highlights in my book is Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. They got pardoned. Congratulations to them. In that situation, I feel like the only thing I worry about, these two are gonna champion this awful individual because he did them a favor, and then know we're not supposed to speak against our own, but wasn't it a little coonish of Lil Wayne to dress up in a sweater to get pardoned by an awful individual? And I'm sure a lot of you guys would be like, hell yeah, I would dress up in a sweater and take a picture. And what you don't understand is the implications that he sold out his people to get a pardon. We're looking we were looking at the result, right? The pardon, he got off. But to get to that pardon, you have to sell out his people. We're not talking much about that. We just say like, oh, all he did was take a picture with your boy. And he didn't just take a picture with your boy, he also endorsed your boy so that he, in the end, would get off. So, I personally am not... This is what I think. I think it's funny that we are potentially going to ignore the fact that Lil Wayne sold out black people for a pardon. And we're not going to look at it that way. We're going to look at it as he somehow outsmarted the system and got a pardon. But in my book, in my personal opinion, I felt like he sold out the black community so that he can better himself. And the individuals who champion that are also people who would willingly, I personally think, sell out the black community so that they could advance in their life. I think a lot of the things that harm us as a community is the fact that we have individuals that would sell out their own community just to see themselves better off. And we have a lot of those people, and we need to train, and I think we are trying to train our community not to think just solely on sort of what benefits me is just good for me, if that makes sense. I'm happy to see black men come home from jail. I really am. I don't like the jail system. We can have another show about that. I don't want to see anyone in jail. So I am happy that they're coming out. I just know from the history of Wayne, he has said some very anti-black sentiments, especially in regards to Black Lives Matter. For him, he doesn't believe that racism still exists in this community. I mean, he doesn't think that racism still exists in America. So I think this will just sort of further his opinion that there's no such thing as racism because everything has worked out for him. All right, guys, we're going to head into the audio breakdown portion of the show. So this audio is courtesy of Tiger Belly, which is a podcast hosted by Bobby Lee and his wife, girlfriend, fiance person. I'm not really clear if she's his wife or his girlfriend or his fiance. She's one of those, though. On this episode, he had Carlos Mencia on the program. I don't know if you guys know who Carlos Mencia is or was. He was a very popular Mexican comedian in the early 2000s. He was really popular. He had his show was called The Mind of Mencia. So he ends up having sort of this scandal that sort of messed up his entire career. He's accused of stealing jokes, and he's also accused of not being Mexican. And also his name is not Carlos Mencia, it's like Ned some shit. So Joe Rogan most famously called him out on stage and accused him of stealing jokes and all that. So he's kind of been thrown to the side. He's been blackballed because you steal jokes. Comedians aren't going to necessarily like you. So he's been blackballed for about 14 years or something like that right now. And Bobby Lee is one of his best friends. And so he had an interview about the whole situation, sort of a redemption interview, you know. So I just want you guys to listen and see what you think. I don't know, to me, he didn't seem To me, he didn't seem like he was sorry. Anyways.
So how are you feeling now with all the controversy that had happened a decade ago? I mean, what's going on with that?
14 years ago.
14 years ago, yeah.
See, dude, back in those days, well, first of all, you know what, dude? Everything, it hit me when I watched that episode of the Comedy Store.
Yeah, the Showtime thing.
Yeah, it hit me because
You texted me.
I realized, like, my absence from the internet in all those years allowed a narrative to be created that will never change, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter how I come about it, no matter what my perspective is. It just is the way it is. Like, there's nothing I can do about it, and that is a very difficult thing to do for somebody who is a control freak like me.
I think there is something that you can do about it, Carlos. I think taking ownership of your mistake is the best way to go forward. You're expecting people to sort of forgive you when you haven't admitted to your wrongs. That's not how it works in any case. You can't, if you have a girlfriend and you wronged her, you can't expect for the relationship to get back to normal if you haven't admitted to what you did. You haven't took responsibility. So I just think you are putting it on everyone else instead of taking responsibility for these 14 years of exile.
Like, I've recorded all my shows since 1993. I don't have to fight anybody on anything. If somebody comes up to me and says, hey, you're doing my joke, I could easily go, what joke is it? When did you tell it? Let me go look. And then if you did it before me, I'll stop doing it or whatever it is. So, like, I've always had that.
Yeah.
But I stayed quiet and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And now it's just like, that's what it is.
Once again, I don't think it's because you stayed, well, it is because you stayed quiet. You're right about that. It is because you stayed quiet and you did not take ownership or apologize. So yes, it got bigger and it grew because you thought that hiding away would make it disappear.
Ned, why not do, in the beginning, just a blanket apology?
But I wasn't, see, let me get this, understand what happened. Anytime, even to this day, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody says, you stole a joke. I go, okay, well, what joke was it? Not angry. Like, what joke, dude? I write a lot. You know this. I fucking create a lot of material. A lot. You've seen me. You personally have seen me write 20 minutes of new shit on stage in one show.
So what if your friend saw you write shit? That doesn't mean that you're not capable of stealing. So your friend saw you write a bunch of jokes that one time. It doesn't mean you are not capable of stealing a joke. That's not evidence towards your innocence.
I have seen that, but I've also seen some of your act, you know what I mean, a little too close to things that have already been established, like the Bill Cosby bit.
Yeah, I've never seen that once.
If you watch the Bill Cosby joke and you compare it to Carlos's set, they are literally the same joke. He just changes like a word here and there, but it's pretty much the same scenario of a son growing up and being ungrateful and not congratulating his dad. It's the same goddamn joke. The Bill Cosby joke is a very obvious joke for you to apologize to. You still haven't. Just do it. Put your pride aside and apologize. Why is it so hard to apologize or admit that you're wrong? I don't think you're a true man if you can't just admit and put your pride to the side and say, oh, I'm sorry for stealing.
I know, my point though is that it's so similar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that why not just outwardly say, I apologize, and then we could just move on from it rather than you constantly defending.
But it's not that I'm defending. See, again.
It's not that I'm defending, it's just that let me defend it first. It's not, I'm not defending it, you're defending it, man. Just admit you're wrong. How do you defend something when we all have the evidence that what you're saying is a lie?
Not that I'm defending. Who do I apologize to?
You apologize to the people you have wronged. You wronged someone. You know what?
Right. So really quick.
Yeah.
I'm not. You and I hung out. We never watched comedy shows. There was no Netflix to watch it. There was nothing. And you never heard me talk about Bill Cosby. And my style of comedy is nothing like it. No. Okay. Let me tell you a story.
Once again, your evidence is flimsy. Oh, you never heard me talk about Bill Cosby. You never saw me watch Bill Cosby. So clearly, I cannot steal. Like, you've never seen me poo, right? You never seen me take a shit. So clearly, I don't take shits. Okay? You've never seen me, right? You have evidence of me taking poos? No, right? So you don't know this. You've never seen it. You've never seen it. It's not possible, right? Like, that's stupid logic. It's logic that just because Bobby Lee has never heard you talk about Bill Cosby, it doesn't mean anything. The evidence is there that you stole the fucking joke, bro. Admit it. Then move on.
And so I want to say, hey, Miles Jabrani, I heard you did a fucking joke like this. I did a joke like that. Is that the same joke? Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'll stop doing it. My apologies. Maybe I saw you do it. I don't know. I don't remember that, but because I'm always thinking, I usually know where my shit comes from. But if that's the case, I'm sorry. But I don't know how to apologize to nobody and everybody at the same time.
Does Carlos believe that if he takes responsibility, then his legacy will be diminished? Because that would be the consequences, right? That would be the only consequences at this point. So if he comes out and says, hey, look, guys, I did steal some jokes from some people, does he think that then people will look down upon him even more than they do right now? Is it the simple just buildup of fear? It's buildup of what will they think? It has to be a buildup of what will they think if they know that I'm a fraud. I want to say exactly what I'm going to say right now. Hey, Miles Jabrani, did I steal a joke from you? I did. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to say that, but I don't know how to say that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to say Miles, whatever the fuck your name is. I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize that I stole your joke, that I heard the joke that you said on stage, and then I went back and stole it and took it to another audience. I'm sorry that I did that. I want to say those things, but how do I say that? How do I say, I'm really sorry that I stole your jokes? How can I say those words? I don't know how to say, I'm sorry. Who, where, when, how do I say I'm sorry to? Do I say I'm sorry to you? Do I say I'm sorry to the like, who do I say I'm sorry to? Like, how have you convinced yourself that you're that much of a victim that you somehow, I don't know who to say sorry to? I mean, who do I apologize to? I mean, I don't know how that works. You just named one person right there in that sentence. Maybe that person. Start off with that person, and then from there, work through a list. Make a list. Be like, this person said that, and that joke was like that. Make a list or some fucking shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some random news. Did you guys know that when Samuel Jackson was in Morehouse College, when he attended Morehouse College in the 60s, that he was part of a group that kidnapped MLK's father? Yes. So Jackson and his fellow protesters kidnapped MLK's dad for about 48 hours. The reason why they did it is because they were trying to get the curriculum, that's a very hard word to say, the curriculum changed. They wanted more black people or black members. Yeah, they wanted more black members on the governing board. So they figured the best way to get that accomplished was to kidnap some staff members and MLK's dad. Yo, Samuel Jackson is gangster. You see all those roles that he played, he really means it, yo. And this is not necessarily the most appropriate way, I don't think, to get the things that you want, but fuck it. You know, sometimes you gotta go, sometimes when you want the quickest change, you have to get a little radical. That made me feel awkward because I feel like I'm championing something that just happened a couple of weeks ago that I did not necessarily agree with. So now I have to think what I think about radicalism. I think no one got hurt in the end, right? No one got hurt. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the act was the best, but fuck it, no one got hurt. I don't know. You can't always make the right fucking decision sometimes when you want a certain outcome. Sometimes I guess you have to be fucking rebellious. I don't know. I have to think about that more. Why I'm okay with this rebellious act, but I'm not okay with the other shit that happened a couple of weeks ago. But anyways, he was expelled, so he wasn't even allowed. They got everything they wanted, but he wasn't allowed to continue to go to Morehouse, which is totally understandable. You can't kidnap a bunch of people and then everyone's okay, and have everyone feel comfortable with you still attending and all that. So, but yo, Samuel Jackson is a gangster. So when you see him in those roles saying, "Say it one more time, motherfucker," he means that shit. It's not just an act. So guys, Azealia Banks is in the news. She's been in the news for a couple of weeks now. First for some cat shit she was doing. They accused her of boiling her cat, digging up her old cat and boiling it. But supposedly she wasn't boiling it. She was doing some kind of a bleach thing because she wanted the bones. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to the situation. I was just kind of, yeah. But the reason why I want to talk about her right now is because she was in the news this week for body shaming Megan the Stallion and Doja Cat. Now, sidebar, I don't like Doja Cat. I don't like any person of color who self-hates. One of my pet peeves, and I have many pet peeves. One of my pet peeves is self-hate. When you hate yourself that much that you project it upon your whole entire race, and then you say and do things that affects them in a negative way because you don't like yourself. So personally, I don't like Doja Cat, but it doesn't mean that she should get body shamed. Azealia Banks, I think, is going through a lot of mental stuff. I think we need to take what she says and does with a grain of salt. I think she's hurt. Like they say, what is the mantra? Hurt people. She's hurt. I could see someone being upset that their career isn't on the level that they expect it to, while other people who were under them just keep sort of rising, right? And also, Megan the Stallion and Doja Cat are known for their bodies. A body type that Azealia Banks doesn't have. Azealia Banks isn't the curvy black woman. She's not. And so when you see someone who you maybe think in your brain that you're either on the same level as they are skill-wise, but you think that they're getting over because of their body, what the fuck are you gonna do? Attack their body. And that is what she did. She started calling them fat. Because she said, look at these fat girls, heavy metal reflective shit. That's only from someone who is just envious. That is straight envy talk right there. She says, I'm sorry, Megan the Stallion, you look like a fucking fat cow. I'm sorry, Megan the Stallion, you look like a fucking fat cow. That only comes from the mind of a person who is hurt. She is fucking hurt and jealous and envious, and she doesn't know how to deal with said emotions. Damaged people who don't seek help lash out like this. Calling someone, a fellow woman, a fat fucking cow. Like, you're clearly not trying to have any productive conversation. You just want to fucking hurt. You're just trying to hurt. You're just like, what's the quickest way to fucking hurt? I'm not even trying to be creative with this. You're fat and you're a cow. What's fat? Cows? Great. You're a fat cow. Ha! But yeah, she goes on and says, Too much meat. Oh no, Meg. You're getting fat. So just fat stuff. But the truth is, Megan is juicy in all the right places. Fat girls with fat shit. The fuck does that even mean? Fat girls with fat shit. What the fuck? What are you trying to say? They eat so much that their poo is like thick? It's just, like I said, man, it's not even creative in any way, shape, or form. It's just straight envy and hate. Like, I get, and when I say, I don't want to tell people, when I say I get something, it doesn't mean I agree with it. When I say I get that, it means I understand. I comprehend where the person is coming from, but I'm not for this. I think the coolest part about this situation, and I don't know if, hopefully by the time I say this, it doesn't happen in the reverse, but I think the coolest part about the situation is that Megan didn't respond. Hopefully Megan understands the type of person in which she's dealing with. Azealia is very erratic in the things that she says. And crazy and awful thing, and sidebar, I don't even know one Azealia Banks song. I know of Azealia Banks, and I know that she raps, but I can't even tell you one Azealia Banks song in my entire life. And that's because everything I've ever heard about her is controversy. It has nothing to do with her art. And that's the problem that she doesn't understand. She's made her career about the things that she is doing rather than the things she's creating. Once you make your career about things that you do, that's what we're gonna focus on. So, Azealia, man, how about this? Get some help, focus on your music, and see what you can do with that talent rather than trying to cut someone down just so that you can make yourself feel better.
You might not agree, it's cool. I'm one of a kind. Trying to move forward, so I gotta be progressive. Gotta make sure everything I say is selective. It's only my opinion. Coffee milk.